Hello, everyone. This is Mudita Bansal from TCS Ion Direct Academy channel. I will be your host for today's webinar, and we've chosen a very interesting topic, entrepreneurship, the most coveted 21st century skill. I'm sure you all can relate to it. Today, the job markets are saturated, and qualified engineers, scientists, and other competent people are running for the employment and have to settle for very low paid jobs in the absence of decent avenues. Therefore, in the current scenario, entrepreneurship should be considered as a reliable source of employment. This webinar shall address your concerns and possible solutions with Dr. Anil Jain here being today. Dr. Anil Jain is a successful first-generation entrepreneur in electronics instrumentation design, development, and standardization. He is a PhD from the prestigious BITS Pilani Institute. He is the president and founder of Vaiseshika Electron Devices, Ambala Kent. Vaiseshika has contributed to various quality assurance, calibration, standardization procedures, and experimental laboratories of the Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, as you fondly call it, like Chandrayaan mission and Agni 3, Agni 5. Subsequently, he has been a visiting professor in BITS Pilani and other prestigious colleges for 25 years in the field of electrical and electronics engineering. Concurrently, he is also a mentor and advisor to the BTech and MTech students at the Manipal University, Jaipur, and Kurukshetra University Technology Innovation Center for Entrepreneurship and Career. Also an internship advisor for artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, and related fields of data science and entrepreneurship. Being an owner himself of an ISO 9001 and ISO 17025 accredited laboratory, Dr. Anil Jain is also a certified internal quality auditor. He has won 2 national awards, 12 professional awards, and has 15 research publications to his name. He has been honored by the former Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, with the National Award for Quality Products in 2004, and also Outstanding Entrepreneurship in 2011 by the Government of India. His calibrating products have successfully been installed and commissioned at the Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota for Chandrayaan 2, Mars Orbiter space missions, and Agni 3 and Agni 5 missile programs. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Welcome, sir. Thank you. So before we start our talk with Dr. Anil Jain, I would like to apprise the audience that you can ask your questions during the webinar. You can see an Ask Question button at the bottom of your screen. We request you to please mention your name and city and post your question there. We will try to take a few questions which are the most relevant to everyone. Over to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have so much enthusiasm in the viewers and the panelists already. Let's quickly start our discussion. Sir, based on your experience.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, potential entrepreneurs, young students, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed an honor and privilege to interact with next generation Gen Z, who are the promising wealth generators and the hope of the country. First of all, we must understand who is an entrepreneur. Very simple definition. An entrepreneur is a person who is interested to establish a wealth generating enterprise. So, any one of you or anyone who is interested to establish a wealth generating enterprise which mints money for himself, of course, for the people who are working with him. He is called an entrepreneur. And the most significant driving factor is that an entrepreneur is a job provider. He is not a job seeker. The 99.9% strata in this country are today job seekers. And it is only 0.1% who are intending to be job providers. Most of you should have a very obvious question. Why should we burn our finger? Why? Why should we burn our finger in the candle? Then I will ask you, you must look around. Why is it so that the Indian Institute of Management Ahmedabad is having the highest number of graduates pass out, fresh graduates who have the offers of a package as high as 1 crore rupees per annum in India as well as outside India, with most prestigious organizations like Stanley Morgan, Standard Chartered Bank, Hewlett Packard, Intel, Facebook, but all of them point blank upfront refuse the offers to become an employed person. After all, had it been a person from a low grade so-called engineering college or a college, you might have said the person has no options. That is why he is thinking to be an entrepreneur. But here we have not one, not two, not three, umpteen number of examples spread across the most elite institutions in India, from Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, Indore, Cochin, Pantnagar, wherever IIMs are included, including Mohali, Indian Institutes of Technology, Bombay, Delhi, Chennai. There is a plethora of top ranking people who are the gold medalists of their sessions, that they do not want to go after a job. Job is on a platter available to them. The employers are running after them. They say, no, we shall like to establish an enterprise. And the beauty of the thing is, when they say that we want to establish an enterprise, there is a host of people who run after them. That if you are interested to run an enterprise, we shall like to be with you. Who are the people? Who are the systems? It is a matter to be discussed in the sessions ahead. But the most important thing for you to understand is you must have a degree of fairly transparent clarity that you are going for entrepreneurship not out of compulsion, but out of your voluntary volition. If yes, I shall welcome each one of you to be attentive. I shall desire, once you have chosen to attend this webinar, please stay with us for the next 45 minutes or so that you have a continuity of thought and you should be able to formulate some thought process how to move ahead.
Thank you so much for such a motivating start, sir. So I think everybody is all geared up. We have all ears to us. Let's start with understanding what are the essential requirements for becoming an entrepreneur.
The most important and most essential requirement is you must be confident of your idea. That idea should happen to you as it happened to Archimedes. He was taking a bath in the bathtub and he ran out naked, crying, Eureka, Eureka, Eureka. He didn't bother He ran out naked, out in the open. Eureka, eureka, eureka. You take the case of Bill Gates. He was a student of Harvard University. One fine night, he, along with his class fellow, in the Harvard University, came to the room of his friend and said, "Look, could we go out and drop our education, drop our studies?" "What the hell you are talking? You are in Harvard University. People do not get admissions in Harvard University, and you are saying that I should drop out right in the first year." They were pursuing a graduation in economics. And can you imagine the state of mind of their parents? For example, any one of you has got admission in Harvard University and in the undergraduate program. And after 6 months or 1 year, you write to your parents, "I have got admission in Harvard, things are going very well." But suddenly you say, "I have decided to launch an enterprise." What an idiot you will be known as, at least as far as the Indian family milieu system is concerned. And you see, within your country, whether it is Flipkart or it is Amazon as on date, each one of has very ordinary qualifications. But they have the innovation and the niche. You see, what these Bansals have in common, they thought that the delivery system should be at the doorstep of the recipient. Then whether you require your smartwatch or you required a mobile telephone or you required a laptop, they thought that the delivery or there should be a system which should deliver the article to the buyer at his doorstep. And then they came forward with the courage of conviction and with the confidence to the customer. You will get the quality you look for. And should you not feel good about the quality, you have a liberty to return back. Probably in the Indian scenario, you should be thinking that every time I will receive something, and after using it for 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, I shall send it back to Flipkart saying, "Oh no, your items are not performing well." No, the innovation, the niche. Bill Gates thought that software is going to be the key in the coming decade. And that was the birth of Microsoft. That was the birth of Microsoft. So my advisory that as to what are the essential requirements, you should have the ability to network. Very important, because no enterprise can run single-handedly. Single-handedly, you can scale Mount Everest. Single-handedly, you can go and participate in Olympics. But when you are thinking of a business enterprise, and that too for wealth generation, have you the capability to integrate and network with the people of worth? Have you the capacity to coordinate with the people? Do you have the capacity to identify who is the man who will be taking charge of my marketing? Who will be the person who can finance me? Who will be the institution I should approach? My point is, these are the essential requirements. If you feel you cannot go along with anybody in your life, and it is already very difficult for you to even sustain in your own family, you should be the last person to think to be an entrepreneur. Today we are living most of the time in an exclusive world. Exclusive means me and only me. I don't like anybody interfering in me or in my life or in my working. If that is your state of mind and you are not inclusive, in that situation, you should never think of becoming an entrepreneur. Never ever. It is only when you think that you can coordinate the people with absolutely diverse fields, diverse interests, diverse attitudes in life. and you can bring them around one point, which is called the converging point, and you can establish a synergy. Then and only then the person is called to have essential requirements. He fulfills the requirement to be an entrepreneur.
Thank you so much, sir. So many takeaways: ability to network with the people around you, with the influential people, relationship building, establishing synergy, leading the convergence. Excellent takeaways, sir. Thank you so much for that. I hope we have the filters done by the audience that yes, I can become an entrepreneur and I will have to work on this before I think of becoming an entrepreneur. We'll meanwhile move to the next question on how to identify the need, how to do the need assessment analysis for an entrepreneurship journey.
Mudita, this is a very, very interesting question. The reason being, today, should I need to tell you how do you identify the need? Array, you are today having the most powerful tools of technology and communication at your command. You need a smartphone. Do you need to go to some expert? Do you do Google search? You want to know about a political development in any part of the world. Do you go to some political pundit? No. You sit in your laptop, you sit on your mobile phone and you surf. And you can know what is happening with the US president, what is happening in Brazil, what is the status of corona. My point is, mind it, this is the most powerful statement of today. You are the most powerful generation who has ever walked on this earth. Repeat, you are the most powerful generation and most fortunate generation who has ever walked on this earth. Why? You have the tool of internet, free. Tool of artificial intelligence, free. Tool of Google search, free. Tool of LinkedIn, free. You hardly pay anything. People say you have seamless networking, seamless communications. Therefore, please identify which is the area of the country you are living in, which is the state you are living in. And first of all, to start with an enterprise, think of your state, your district, your area. That is something needed if I do like this. Say, for instance, I give you a very simple example. Maybe in your area, water deficiency in the resources should be there. Maybe you are not getting good quality, hygienic, potable drinking water. Maybe there is a problem of waste management in your locality, which is for that instance, for that reason, existing in all parts of the country. Maybe you feel that a housewife or a homemaker desires the daycare for her infant from the age of 3 months to the age of 5 years. Can you provide a daycare system for an infant, for a working lady, or for the elders? I am not talking of commodity. I am not talking of manufacturing. I am not talking of production. I am talking of, to start with an enterprise, it is my advice to you. Do not go and plunge into the field of production. No. Do not go and plunge into the field of manufacturing. No. Do not go and plunge into trading. No. Go into servicing. Service sector is the one sector where maximum startups are happening. People are qualifying and graduating from IIMs, from IITs. What are they doing? They establish a Paytm. They establish financial services providing platforms. They are establishing grocery delivery facilities. They are the IITs graduates. There are IIM graduates. Swiggy, the founders were from Birla Institute of Technology and Science, Pilani. And would you believe they were able to garner $2 billion worth of seed capital from the venture capitalist only for the home delivery of the grocery items. Today, service is one sector which I shall personally advise and strongly recommend to all the budding entrepreneurs to think of what service can be viable, and it should be motto that service should be world class, affordable, and reliable. World class, affordable, reliable. Even if you have to give tarkari, sabzi, this lady finger, cauliflower, potatoes, tomatoes, anything, you should be able to deliver a service which should be reliable and dependable. So therefore, please identify. Can you see how many washing machines, how many refrigerators, how many televisions, how many mobile phones are working in your district or in your state? And how many times are they serviced and repaired by qualified service stations? How many times? Why can't you approach Samsung or Intel or Apple or Panasonic or Mitsubishi that we shall establish, I shall like to establish a service station for you in my district, in my state, in my town. I will afford the space, I will hire a space, you give me a training for 5 months, 3 months, 2 months. Why is it so? Every time your television is being repaired by a mistri, by a technician who is not even a diploma holder. Why? Why is it not having a qualified service provider like magicbricks.com? Why not? Policybazaar.com? Why not? Similarly, my submission is you entrepreneurs should think of service areas which are required in your town. You should identify local needs. That is most important to start.
What better example than yesterday it was in the news that a washing machine wastewater recycle innovation has happened. So such a simple thought, but why only one person thought about it? So it was really an eye opener. Why not? We could have thought it. Every, I mean, person working at home using the washing machines could have thought about it, that yeah, this water is getting wasted. Why am I not recycling it, able to recycle it, use it somewhere else? So yes, all your thoughts, I mean, all the examples that you've shared so relevantly. Thank you so much. More power to the generation who's sitting across the screens and watching this webinar. Be aware of what's happening around you and open up your minds. Go and tap the service sector, guys. That's what I would say. And I think we've already started getting questions, sir. We have a question from Vadaga Hemasundara Rao. He says, how to get funding and get team in entrepreneurship. And I think this is where our next question leads to. What are the institutional support systems available in India?
Very relevant question, very relevant question. Because if you have the institutional support, at that time, it's as good as a pillar of strength, as good as you have a spinal cord of titanium, not your original vertebra, which has been provided in your metabolic system by Almighty God. No, the moment an institution stands behind you, your vertebra becomes titanium. You know, titanium is the hardest metal. Hardest metal. Now, which are the institutional support systems? We have technological support systems. We have financial support systems. We have governmental support systems. Please have confidence that today these institutions are helping. Gone are the areas, gone are the era, gone are the times when bribery was the order of the day. Everything is transparent. Everything is online. First institutional support system, which any one of you should have in your mind. Finance. What should I do? Should I mortgage my father's house? My paternal property? My ancestral property? No. Big no. You need not to mortgage any property. The Small Industries Development Bank of India, it is called SIDBI. The Small Industries Development Bank of India is having the branches all over the country in the state capitals. They have a facility called Credit Guarantee Fund Trust, CGFT. Please take note, it will help you out. Credit Guarantee Fund Trust, CGFT. You can get a funding for your project for working capital as well as for the capital equipment to the tune of 2 crore should your project demand. But mind it, do not approach an institution on day one. Dr. Anil Jain told me that we can get a funding of rupees 2 crore. Sir, here is my project. These are my papers. I want a funding of rupees 2 crore from your institution. Nobody will say yes. Sorry. You have to start small. Probably if you start with a denomination of rupees 5 lakhs, put some 2 lakhs from your own side, 1 lakh from your own side. You start with the denomination of 5 lakhs. Start from your own home. Buy some premises at a nominal rent. But start small. You will get the financial support. Then there are MSME, directorate in all state headquarters, all state districts. MSME means micro, small and medium enterprises. They register your unit as a small scale unit. You can be a single individual. You can have a proprietorship or you can join hands with your friend. It can be a partnership. You can go and join hands with your friend in the campus. But my suggestion is, whenever you are going to establish an enterprise, most of the time, please try to start single. If possible, have partnership with a good, trustworthy friend with whom you have a profound confidence. Most of the time, the partnerships start on a very happy note with friends. But when the units become successful, it has been seen that the partnership with friends soon collapse. So, looking into the Indian mindset, looking into the Indian conditions, I will be slightly conservative. Start alone, let someone join with you, and let there be some participation from his side. Let it be a loan from him. You are the best. You can take it as an equity also, no problem. You can always take it as an equity. But you can have the support of micro, small and medium enterprises. You will be surprised if you are registered as a micro enterprise, you get a funding of rupees 10 lakhs within 24 hours under Mudra loan scheme of the government of India from any nationalized bank. You upload your proposal. If the proposal is approved within 24 hours, you will be given the funding. And then international collaborations are available. You go on LinkedIn, indicate your area of preference. Maybe somebody sitting in Israel or Sweden or Denmark or USA or UK or Europe. That person may like to join hands with you because he wants to have a footprint in India. You can have a technological collaboration. You can have a technological collaboration with the Indian National Research Laboratories like National Physical Laboratory, like Central Scientific Instruments Organization. These I am speaking from the standpoint of electronics and electrical industry. But my submission is, please think of the areas where you have the institutional support system available. They are available. You should have the confidence to start with, and they do not require any prerequisite condition that you should belong to a rich man family, you should have enough of collateral securities. No, you can go ahead.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I hope Vadaga Hemasundara Rao, your question has been answered by sir. And we were anyway going to take up this topic, I mean, this question in the next, this was our next question actually. So we have another question, Anil sir, from Shubham Gupta. And he says that he's already in a good job, but he has been thinking of entrepreneurship from the last few years. He has a good idea and money also, but he doesn't know how to implement it in a perfect way. I think he needs a mentor, and that is what our next question to you is. What about availability of mentorship to cater to the such needs of aspiring entrepreneurs?
Shubham, to address to your concern, it is a very, very valid concern. Very valid concern. Whatever I am speaking to you, it should be looking prima facie very, very attractive. But once you foray into the field of entrepreneurship, you suddenly find out you are left high and dry in the deep sea. You must have a mentor. What mentor means? Guru. Mentor means someone who has the trustworthy real life experience of years together behind him. And for that matter, go to LinkedIn, identify the people. There are sectors which are mentioned in the LinkedIn. You want to go for biotechnology, artificial intelligence, machine learning, software, calibrations, measurements, testing, service, grocery, work from home, tutoring. Now, for all those things, you need to look for peers who are already doing this job in their areas, and for the people you can identify from sources. Suppose you are in a town like Ambala Kent or Ludhiana or Gurgaon, somebody who is running a small scale company like me. I am a 69-year-old person. I am running a small scale company for the last 45 years. I know the ins and outs of instrumentation. And suppose you are interested in instrumentation, you are interested in calibration and methodology, you will be welcome. I shall be more than happy to help a person to think of an enterprise and going ahead. Why not? And you should also think of that sometimes a mentor may be sheepish. He may like to spend with you 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. He may not like to spend more time with you. You can enter into a contract with him. Sir, you become my consultant. And please tell me if you help me for the next 6 months. Sir, I am ready to pay. Please tell me. You are having such a wonderful experience and I trust you blindfold. Very fine. What's the hesitation about it? Because why I'm telling you, somebody may not be transparent. Somebody may be talking goody goody. But let me tell you, anybody who is meaningful, he shall not share his time infinitely with infinite number of potential entrepreneurs, because nothing is available as charity. There are no free breakfasts in this world. You should have the confidence to politely ask, sir, I want your hand holding. It is called hand holding. As a mother holds the hand of a child and start toddling and then start walking step by step, till the child start running and he becomes an adult. Mother is mother. She has a genetic affinity with the child. But a mentor is as good as a guru. PhD scholars in universities have a mentor under which they do the PhD. And I need not to elaborate that if you are doing a PhD under some mentor, you have to be very, very obedient, and you have to be very, very subservient. And at times you have to fulfill the command and dictates of the mentor. But when you are talking of an industrial mentor, be upfront. You are coming to me, sir, I want to set up a calibration laboratory. Please help me. You have such a wonderful laboratory. Please tell me, sir, how much shall you charge? What's the big deal about it? You are ready to invest 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, 10 lakhs. Okay. Maybe looking at you, looking at your background and strength, I may say, fine, I enter into an agreement for 50,000. Why? Anything which is given free, it is not taken seriously. This is my concern. Anything which is given free, it is not taken seriously. Maybe I am spending on someone 3 or 4 months of my very precious time. Suddenly I find out he joins Crompton Greaves. He fly to USA and join a master's program in a university in United States without even informing me. So therefore, if you want to have a professional mentor, industrial mentor, business mentor, you look at his credentials, you look at his performance. He should be a successful entrepreneur. And if yes, you have to pay for his time, for his worth, for his knowledge, for his experience. And let me tell you, as long as you are looking for a free mentor, you will never get a mentor. Today, most of the Indian universities are having technology incubation center, and they have the mentors. No mentor show up there. No mentor. Because nothing is available for charity. Universities want charity for the student. No, it can be once, it can be twice, but not perennially. So this is my one-line guideline. Identify the mentor. He will be the most significant catalyst for you in your life to set up a successful enterprise. And
for the people who do not have money.
One more caution. Please stay away from venture capitalists as long as possible. Be it angel investor, be it other investors, please stay away from angel investors or any type of startup investors. They are Shylocks. Government institutions are available. Don't go to Shylocks. This is my advice.
Thank you, sir. Valuable advice. So I was asking, you've said about mentorship, a paid mentorship program. What about the people who cannot really afford, genuinely who cannot afford to pay a mentor? What are the avenues? What are the options for them? How can they maybe provide their services in lieu of mentorship? Is there anything that you can add to it?
Yes, very good. Suppose you are looking for a mentorship with me, and you consider that I am a mentor for good business and good in calibration or measurement or otherwise as a businessman, you come and work in my company and you work there free of cost for 1 year. Whatever I want to get done from you, you do my job. You don't charge any salaries and I don't pay you any stipend. And that are the charges. You're not supposed to give me my consultation charges. You feel that after
there
1
will be
month,
other people who will be ready to do that, sir.
I'm having the potential entrepreneurs right with me who are working in my company. They come, they work for 2, 3, 4 months. They come through corrections. People say, Jain Sahab, please absorb him in your company. We don't expect any salary. Let him work with you. Let him be an intern with you. Fine. Either you should be able to pay in cash or you should be able in kind. I am very clear, no good mentor will be available to you free of cost. There are no free lunches anywhere in the world. Straightforward business-like approach.
And any mentorship facilities available through the government?
I don't have any comments. The reason being, this mentorial hand holding is a very compassionate activity. It is as good as you are adopting a child who has not been born out of you. A mother can take her own child. A father can take care of their own child. But a mother and father will take a long time to adopt someone else's child and grow him into an adult. Unless and until they are childless. If they have their own child, tell me, shall they take care of anyone else's child whose mother and father have expired due to some accident or due to some mishap? He has to take the shelter in the orphanage. So, free to nahi hoga. Nahi. It is better to be upfront right now.
Sure. Yes, sir. Got it. I hope that the audience is getting it. They have a lot of knowledge that they can utilize to get mentorship in return. So I'm sure, and their ideas, So I'm sure they will have this takeaway and they will work on it. So we have a very interesting question here. I have not got the name of the viewer, but he says thank you. He's thanking you for your valuable opinion and views. He says, I am getting motivation for becoming an entrepreneur, but I have a question. If I become a successful entrepreneur, what are the parameters on which I must focus on to maintain the level, to sustain the level, and still remain creative and get successful?
Once you have started with a creative idea, my advisory is please stay focused. Do not try to diversify very soon. Stay focused, deliver quality, generate confidence, build a very strong referral database. You should be able to have the testimonials on your website where good people, good citizens, meaningful citizens, distinguished officers, distinguished academics, distinguished corporate people should be saying Mr. XYZ or Messrs. ABC and company have delivered exceptionally reliable services, or they are very timely, or they are very cost effective, or they provide after sale services very well, or they attend to the complaint very well, etc. etc. You have such type of testimonials on tripadvisor.com. You have such type of testimonials. Even if you look at the website of Shiv Kheda, he is giving a set of testimonials that how good a speaker am I. You go to my website www.aniljain.org, there are testimonials. You go to my LinkedIn, there are testimonials. So today it is not difficult to generate and maintain consistency. The more confidence you earn by your efficient delivery and reliable delivery, trust, you will be believed. You will be relied upon. Trust it.
So, before we move on to the next audience question, I would like to take up our question, sir. How does financial availability at the beginning affect the entrepreneur to start a business?
As I already explained to you, financial availability should not be a concern. If there is no finance, or you do not want to spend any money, then service is the only venue. Meaning thereby, you sit in your laptop, you contact the people, you work from home. Whether you do their, what they call it clinical reports. The doctor in the United States of America looks a patient and he dictates his report. The people in India, they prepare their report and they send it across. That is the prescription. Or you enter into an agreement. It is for freelancers. You advertise yourself as a freelancer on the LinkedIn. There is a, I think, page called www.freelancer.com. Somebody may like to outsource his work to you. That is the only way that you can do something without investing in a single penny. That is the possibility, very much a possibility. And particularly, the corona has shown that you need not to depend upon any advertisement, any newspaper, any placement in the campus, nothing doing. You start contacting the people. You can, I know a person who has been in Chandigarh, and he was the son of a hawker, sugarcane juice. That was a 12th standard boy, +2. And he used to practice his hands on building the apps. You must be surprised to know that a +2 boy helping his father on the sugarcane hawker machine on the Madhya Marg in Chandigarh, he sent his app to Google in United States. Would you believe he got a job for 2 crores worth of rupees per annum? That was the package he got, and he flew to San Francisco. So my point is that requirement of finance is not a must, but it is desirable. It is required. Unless you get some system like this where you and your brain is purchased outright. Somebody outsources.
So, yeah, another very interesting question, which is the question of this era, the COVID era. How important is to have an office setup for starting the entrepreneurial journey, to be one with the team, is the question.
You see that right now we are precisely doing this exercise on TCS IIM. Now, I consider that there should be a very large number of people who are at this moment of time concurrently connected to us. And none of us is paying any price to be connected or coordinated. The number of the people right now listening to me should be a very good number. So if you are to set up an enterprise and you want to coordinate amongst your potential employees or partners, and suppose they are located outside your town, you can always have Zoom meeting, you can always have Google Meet. Should I tell you a very interesting thing? It will be very interesting for you. Facebook and Google did not spend even a single penny in putting billboards or newspaper advertisement or television advertisement for the first 5 years of their inception. They did not spend even a single penny. It was all online digital promotion. All online digital promotion. I'm asking a question to all the people who are right now with me during this webinar. How many of you have a website of your own? I see a person by the name Deepak Sharma. Now, is there a website called www.deepaksharma.com? There is a person who is called Manohar Singh. Is there a website called www.manoharsingh.com? And I tell you, whenever in the campus, whenever in the institutions, whenever in the universities, whenever in the engineering colleges, there were 250 people in the auditorium. I asked the student, how many of you have the website? There was only one finger. One finger. Why? You have your Facebook account. Is it not your website? You have the LinkedIn. Can't you create your website? And you should have an independent website. What's the issue about it? You can have a wonderful website, godaddy.com. You can hire the domain name at a nominal cost of your choice. So my point is, you can always network with the people of your choice at a reasonable, affordable price.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So, a very only two questions left now, which I will take. I mean, there is a plethora of them, but we've chosen these two. What is the right age for entrepreneurship? A very important question for today.
A 6-year-old South Korean girl in Seoul, South Korea, became an entrepreneur. I'm repeating, a 6-year-old girl in South Korea, Seoul, became an entrepreneur. She created a YouTube channel and she started uploading her videos lasting for 1 minute or 1 minute 30 seconds, only showing the activities inside her home. Only showing the activities inside her home. All of you should be amazed to know she purchased a house in Seoul, Korea within 2 years at a cost of $2 million. $2 million is 14 crores of rupees in Indian currency. This is the age at which someone can become an entrepreneur. You should go and ask what is the age of Ritesh Agarwal, who is running OYO platform now. He is a person from a very, what I should say, very backward region of the country. He has very modest qualifications. And you see, today, his valuation is running in millions of dollars. My issue is, entrepreneurship is not dependent upon the age. Entrepreneurship is directly proportional to the degree of confidence, courage of conviction, and clarity of thought in your idea.
Thank you, sir. And another question. It is from Naresh Pal from the team from the audience. He's asking, what is one low point or a high point in your entrepreneurial journey that you would like to share, where you learned a great deal of a lesson? Anything that you want to share, sir?
There have been millions of no points, millions. Every time I want to do something additional or extra or new, starting from my family to my friends to the elders in the society, say, it will not succeed. You are sure to fail. When I started my enterprise, my father continued to see his prediction right, that my dear son, who refused to join my business, he should be failing in the next 5 years. He was very optimistic. I did not fail. At the age of 36, I thought of an entrepreneurship, that I wanted to pursue a doctoral degree with the Birla Institute of Technology and Science, Pilani. So there was a high point and no point. My wife told me that, oh my good God, you are 38 years of age. What is this enterprise you are thinking of? You cannot think of academics and you must not think of academics. And I did my PhD in a record time of 4 years with a CGPA of 10. And I was a visiting professor in the Birla Institute of Technology and Science for 28 years. Come on. There will be no points every time. Every time. Not one no point, not two no points. Every time you like to. Ours is a very conservative society. Ours is a very orthodox society. Every time, everyone will tell you, you should not like this. You should not do this. You should not go this. You should not do this. What you should do? You should search a job. And you should try to search a government job, so that you need not to work for the whole life. Your pension is granted and your job is sure. Ours is a society which is a highly preservative in nature. We only want to believe preservation. Preservation. I should preserve my economic security. So you are living in a society wherein entrepreneurship is not encouraged. Let me tell you outrightly. You tell your parents, you tell your friends, you say, Arey yaar, you join a job in HDFC Bank as an insurance agent. You require, then you look at your peers. You look at the people of your age. You look at the people, what were their qualifications? If today they are successful, why can't you be? I have been told that Paytm founder, I don't know his name. Right now I'm forgetting his name. He was the backbencher in Delhi College of Engineering. And today he is Paytm. Sharma, Mr. Sharma, I'm still not remembering his name. My point is, if you are thinking of entrepreneurship, there will be very few good people who will say, yes, you must try. And let me tell, if you belong to a good affluent family who can afford for you to try your luck and do exploration for 1 year, then don't worry. Then you must go. If your parents can afford you to search some venues of establishing a business and they are willing to support you, in the sense they give you moral support, you must try. What's the harm? To others, they have to take a call.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for such an engaging webinar and for sharing all your experiences and your thoughts with us. I'm sure the audience have many takeaways from this, and we'll end this webinar here. Thank you for your time. And to the participants, I would like to say that open your minds, think beyond the obvious, and you will surely get there, all of you. So on behalf of TCS Ion Direct, I request you to share your feedback using the feedback button that you can see at the bottom of your screens. Do mention what you liked in today's session and what you will implement in your journey to success. What are some of the topics that you would like us to pick up? And to view more of such inspirational stories and content, do log into our website, TCS Ion Direct, using another button that you can see on your screens. It is a free to access site for all of you to learn from the stories of success. So stay tuned to TCS Ion Direct and you will find very interesting sessions to fuel your growth. Also, as a token of appreciation, viewers, we will be giving you a certificate of participation for this webinar, and you can download the same using the certificate download button on your screens. Thank you, everyone. It was such a pleasure being with you all today. Thank you for so many questions that you posted and relevant ones. And we wish you a great success in your career. Thank you, Anil Jain sir, for all your time and your views today.
Thank you.